thinking about it, but I'm like, I
Like,
got a good fucking
you're
memory,
you're
so
ready to pull out the book and be like, well, check the notes. You're like, I don't even have a book now.
it's in the fucking wardrobe, just in a fucking box. So
That's the old book.
I have to get a whole new one now. Yeah,
See if I can unplug that because it's
pretty
kind of
much.
dangling in the way. Should be a bit charged now. If I need to, I'll just plug it back in. Anyway, let's get the intro and the outro. Let's get the show on the road. What's up, beardies and beardettes? Welcome back to another fine episode of the Beardy Bros podcast. Cheers up, brother. See, they got my Miller Chill.
Miller chill with your lime
Mmm.
or lemon, whatever you want to put in there.
It's just real, with real lime, it says on the thing.
With real lime.
But yes, another week, another episode. Also realized once again, I mean, I was trying to get onto schedule, but everything that happened, the video for last week's episode went up late, and then the audio, or not the audio, but the Spotify version went up today. So, I mean, it seems to be the usual now. I think it just seems to be the usual now that they're out of sync from each other. It kind of works, but we're doing pretty good. The last two episodes on YouTube have been double digits, so we're doing pretty good. That's a nice stagnant roll. Like, I like that. So, nothing fancy. We're not in the triple digits, but it's still fancy enough for us that, you know, we've been doing this for a long time, and it's nice to see a nice recurring interaction with the channel. So, it's pretty
some
good.
lovely beardies and beardettes out there.
But I was going to say just before we started, we were talking about some things. So, which I do want to bring up. So the algorithms. It's because it's so crazy at the moment for like my channel, my YouTube content. When I talked about like last week, I think it was when I was talking about my Spider-Man stuff, and I just like how I upload like 5 or 6 videos of like Spider-Man content because I was like, oh, I just upload them. I need to clean my drive. I was recording content and stuff like that, and like they're still like randomly stagnantly pulling in views. Like I don't know, I don't get what's going on, but like it's pulling in views.
Because it's Spider-Man. Like,
Yeah,
people
like
are always searching Spider-Man.
and like different videos are out of sync of like what's gaining views because they're all done in like parts per se. But I've just recorded them as I played and just upload them and rada. But like some are getting views and then they kind of peak out, and then another one will like somehow get trended in a thing, and then it will pick up views and then it will kind of stop, and then another one will come back again and it will start picking up views and then go away, and they're all like all over the place, like keying in different like times of like being either recommended or shared around or whatever's going on. It's crazy. But you know how like
Spider-Man.
It's Spider-Man. But you know how I've talked about dabbling with like the shorts and like understanding how algorithm works, and then I said, you know, how the algorithms change. Like I don't know what's going on with YouTube for me, but my shorts are doing nothing now. None of my shorts are hitting the reach level.
But you're not the only one though. Like, that's a lot of people.
So something's changed somewhere in the algorithm, but that's not neither here nor there because it's just curiosity. Like I dabbled my curiosity. I got to an idea of how it works, and I am fairly satisfied with that experiment on my own personal level. Like I got the idea. Like it didn't blow up amazingly some of my videos, but they got to a point where the growth was more increased over other videos, and I've done that through my main channel, the Beardy Bros channel, and also like my other side project channels, and it's a nice little experiment that I've seen across the board, how things variate between content and how they project themselves through an audio. And it's a very interesting take. And another recent one is, which I shared with you, which I've been playing around with, the AI music generator, which...
Yeah.
This like, so I've been using Suno, for those that want it, because I will be posting something up on the channel soon enough. But it's an app. Not sponsored, but I just wanted to say what I've been using so we can get...
It sounds like a Sims thing. For Suno!
Suno! So it was Suno... The app has Suno version 3.4, and I've sent you some audio clips of those before, and they can be a little choppy. They're not like... You can kind of hear the slight roboticness to them. But their Suno version 4.0, fucking clean as can be. It's fucking scary. Like, the words... Still, you sometimes word lyrically generated, you still find those few like, yeah, you still get like every now and then like a slip up of the AI because it's like putting in words where it shouldn't be. But you can go over it and clean them up if you want to. But like, that's still kind of there because that is AI at its core. Like it still has like AI still has typos. As much as it, but it's
too perfect. It makes no sense because like it's too scripted. Like it's
Yeah, and it's interesting. It's learning, and there is a slight pattern on the kind of attitude, like the genre you try to get it to say, and the vocal range that it has learnt from. Because again, AI learns everything. So the vocal ranges and like voices of the male tones or the female
because
tones,
it's not
it's learnt.
fucked out of thin air. Like
No, it's taking what someone has inputted it. Whether it's like if I was to like put my vocals in and train it with the certain sentence phrases, then you could get songs that would sound like me singing them. And there are plenty of
Right.
apps that do that, but like a lot of people just willingly give over their vocal license, being like, oh, I'm going to play
the
with this app,
vocal
but
license
you're
and-
giving over your vocal license, which then this app can then replicate your voice. Like, are you sure you're
But
going to
you
do
never
that?
do
So,
that.
it's scary because yeah, exactly, you can do a lot with it. But I was very impressed with the version 4, and I've done some few little dabbles with it, which I'm going to post both of them up. So they're two very different lyrical directions, but they're for the Beardy Bros because I did it as a sample. Jim heard the version 3.4's app's version of the Beardy Bros theme song I got it to create. Because I just suggested it, like our names, us being the Beardy Bros. We talk about, pop culture, video games, beer, the usual things. I kind of like just gave it that, as a key suggestion, like minimal as can be, because you can.
Although it takes elements of that, but still does its own thing. It's like that's got nothing to do with anything.
And that's what I
Like,
mean. And like you can literally put in like verse 1, verse 2, break. Like you can write everything out, and it will sing
you
it
get
word
to
for
do
word.
it.
Yeah, and you can
Yeah,
get
but
it
the
to
thing
actually
is,
sing
it
it word for
doesn't
word.
sing. It what's the word? It doesn't. It reads like poetry, kind of.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually
But
sing like
I
a
am
proper vocalist.
impressed though how quick though it turns these around. Like it is phenomenal. You could put a command in like a minute. It gives you like a 2 minute, 3 minute song.
Yeah, that's not chat GPT.
Like it
You
is
can put just a
insane.
few keywords and it gives you this fucking massive
Yeah,
in just a few
but the
seconds.
fact that it
like,
gives you the lyric, like someone's reading it like either a poem or incense singing, but then it gives you like the actual notes of a song. Like it puts them in there. Like it knows where to, like it goes, okay, this is the genre you want that you've recommended. So we're going to put in the bass, the guitar, the drums, the backup vocals.
well,
It's
they
crazy.
work with that because it's very fucking generic. Like
Mm.
just a very basic beat, which I'm like,
But it is interesting how scary though. And like I said, once I put the version 4 up, because I'm going to put the one theme that I made in version 3.4, and then the theme I made in version 4.0. I'm going to put both of those up onto the channel, so people watching get a hint to that. Because I like dabbling. Like I'm not a big fan for AI, but you got to learn. You got to know how these things work, because you can't just like you can hate it, but like you need to be ahead of this curve because you need to know how these things work, so you know what you're
which
looking
is
for.
why it's good that hopefully they fucking regulate AI because it needs regulating. Like
Because
it really fucking does.
And my moral point of AI is if you're creating any kind of art, so whether it's digital drawings, music, like even if you
It
start
should
getting
never be
into
for
animated
content.
movies,
It should be to help things, not
yeah.
be the main factor
No,
of something.
but my point being is but coming back to that stuff, like anything that's media based, like I said, if it's art, visual, audio, like songs, like me playing with songs, anything like that, that content you make is completely free. People should not be monetizing that one iota. Like if people want to try and get
fuck
themselves
no.
out there, yeah, like I'm playing with
if you monetize
songs.
an AI song, you're a fucking idiot.
Exactly, but like that's the problem. People do that, like with art. Like people will generate
But
AI
they didn't
images.
make that. The AI did. Like they
Yeah.
just
And that's the biggest issue. Like people will generate art in AI and then sell it, like put on T-shirts, like like that was like when we've talked about before with that Luigi that whole thing that happened with that Luigi guy. Like people replicated AI art and then put on shirts that they were stealing someone else's design, got AI to replicate the design and then put on shirts and were selling it for more than what the original artist was selling their artwork for on shirts. Like it's just ridiculous. Like
Which the funny part about that is, I looked in YouTube recently, just had a scan for stuff. It's not just stuff like that. It is games as well that are doing that now.
Like games are putting which we've talked about COD slipping in like wallpapers, which are just easy content.
I'm talking about that. I'm talking about actual whole game ripping off and selling for like $1.
Yeah.
Even though it's very, they
It's
took
just-
the
it's
same
just-
assets,
Yeah.
and then made it jankly in another
They
one.
just get the base
with
mechanics.
the same name, pretty much. Just
Base
so they get to
mechanics.
buy
Get
a
like
cheaper
because
version.
it's like 2D maybe. Most of the time it can easily be 2D, so they just get random AI PNG sprites made. slap them onto the character models.
No,
Everything like environmental
they
is
take the other game's assets and then just flip them into their own game, and then they just sell it on the. It's on the PlayStation Store now as well, and
that's a lot.
the
Then that's
Xbox
like
stores.
it's cool, but
And
it's bad.
you'll buy it for $1.50, and you're pretty much doing stuff illegal because that shouldn't exist.
And that's what and Steam was bad for that. Steam was a big platform for all that.
Yeah, they're cracking down on that, thankfully.
But the fact that you can do it on consoles as well is kind of crazy. Like that's like barely any process. But that's the big thing.
$15 and buy the real version.
And like
fuck.
that's like a friend of mine also posted, because it was weirdly enough I started getting into it, and I saw a friend post that, because he's like, he's a lyricist, he writes writes songs, and then I'm like, oh yeah, cool, write songs, and then I'm like, he's got 2 songs out that he says he's producer of and then lyricist of, like, which is basically the writer, and it's just like, I kind of know that you've most likely used AI, because it's kind of weird that you've got a random chick and a random guy with all this audio work, like, somehow just be like, here's, like, okay, you've got lyrics you've written, but to try and get someone to, like, produce them,
that you made, like, you can tell that it's AI, like, people can tell, well, not everyone can tell.
But yeah. But, like, it's a good step. Some people just
don't give a shit, they're like, oh, that's pretty good, it's like, bruh.
But, like, from that perspective, if you're a writer, and you're using it to get your songs out there, that's great. Like, it's showing you a form of getting your writing out there and how it sounds. But when, like I said, when it comes to AI, you can have your lyrics say as much as you want. Until you get the AI fine-tuned to output the right beat you want, say the words the way you want it to be sounded, like the emotion. Like, there's a lot of fine-tuning you to go through with AI.
Like, you cannot beat an engineer who just mixes every song. Like, you can't beat that with AI.
You can't beat a human, because when you're recording a song, you can have the words, but an actor or voiceless
and there's no feeling
singer,
behind it.
Can either add that anger behind a word, the sadness behind the word, the shock behind the words. Like, they can add, and that's why, like, you'll see in recording booths, they're like, can we try that take again? Add some more emphasis on this word. And they're blah, 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 and then they bring in the words. Like, AI is not going to do that, because it's just going to, like, say it, like, say, reading
take this
song.
word into the thing it's been given, and you can't alter that.
I've created some of these different songs, and like I've put them up on YouTube. I shared one on my Facebook, which I called it like a Minecraft. Gave it the name that it generated, and just called it and just tagged it as like a Minecraft love song. Yeah, and it chooses randomly when it feels the emotion needs to hit. Like it works fine, but because you put it in a genre, so it goes
points.
Yeah, because you put it in a genre, it goes, okay, you want a pop rock genre or a pop punk genre, and it finds those whatever's been submitted into the algorithm AI and goes, this is where those highs are, where the lows are, follow that pattern. So it follows the pattern along. And that's where
which pop songs are generic, like it's just the same beat in every song. Chords, not every song, but
basically, the catchy like
3 to 4 chords, just on the same thing.
So you've got that. If whoever's trained the AI has played the same kind of like, it's learned from that, and then it's going to have the same rhythm, which they kind of all do, and they are kind of getting your skin because it's been trained with the catchy songs, like to get that right beat. So when you have them, they're kind of catchy.
You can't get an AI to do a Slipknot sound.
No,
100%.
You will not get the vocal screaming. You will not. I've got to try that though. But
the instruments, anything like, because there are 7 band members all doing different things.
Yep. But that's like, even like we see most of vocalists or singers or bands where they have like random lyrical moments, like in songs, which is just because they're just like.
If you hear like, sometimes you could be pointed out, but like you hear burps in takes, you hear laughter at the end of a take, you hear stuff that.
Well, it's like we've seen with like
imperfections in very corrected songs.
Well, it's like Disturbed has those random lyrics that they've chucked in. Like Disturbed have done it, System of Down have done it, where they've chucked in random lyrics in a song. It wasn't meant to be part of the take, but they've just ended up in there, and it made the song become.
But it works.
Yeah, it's because it's become part of it. Like they weren't originally meant to be. AI doesn't know to add these natural random instinct things, and just like, oh, this is too quiet. Let's add a random sound into it. That's the same as like Jack Black as an artist. Like he's always been, for Tenacious D singing, but every now and then he'll be like, his usual things, and like
which is Jack Black.
That makes that song flow in that bass. You know what I mean? Like AI is not going to be able to like understand what that means. Adding these ad libs in.
No, it's just going to see a word and
Yeah.
Well, just gonna see a bunch of
Yeah.
letters.
So that's
Really.
why it's another thing I've been playing with, and it's kind of fun because this is apparently one of like the popular ones that's been around for a little bit, and yeah, it's good to just like I said again, it's good to be ahead of the curve to know and understand what's going on, so you don't feel behind. So if things come along, you know what's happening, you know what's going on.
I just hope they regulate AI, like
Mm.
charge for it, like
Well, that's
stuff like
like
that, because it should everyone shouldn't have it.
well, that was like a recent
Clearly.
story where it was
Like,
AI generated images because the AIs are getting like you can still sell their like they're fake because they
I
kind of
hate
got a
the AI.
cartoony watch to it.
I'm on Instagram, right? Just going through videos.
Yeah,
AI.
especially like the AI women, like the female AI dancing things now, like they're fake accounts. They're just all the models are AI, and they literally just have
you
them
can
stand there
tell.
with generic dance moves and stuff like that.
Some
And
people can't tell.
and the one thing that I always love with AI, and this is a funny learning curve though from AI. This is what gets me the most now is
Because it doesn't have imperfections that people have.
that's exactly
And
they're
it's
always
too
too clean.
perfect.
They have like they look like they look like they have a filter on or they have too much makeup on.
They look plastic. They look
But
waxy. Like
I've talked about this before though. But one of the things that gets me is, which is funny, that a learning curve that they're given AI is because how bad AI is at doing hands. I always find it funny now how AI, when it generates something, it always makes the hands in a pocket or behind the figure, or it's like something's in front of it.
or they're doing like they're trying to
Yeah,
hide most of it. Like
yeah,
they're
like
like
it's
curved
kind
or.
of funny now how AI does that. Where before you would see hands and you could tell how janky it
You see
was.
the AI John Cena? That's fucking horrible.
Oh, but like it's kind of intriguing like that though. That's intriguing how they're making AI because it doesn't know how to make hands to hide the hands. Like that's a really like from
Which how you tell AI because people don't hide their hands like that
so
for everything.
so from a design like coded element, that's fascinating because the fact that now it's generating these designs and trying to either try and perfect the hands or hide the hands, and it's just smart like the computer at work doing this. This is what I'm impressed about is
Right?
the AI's computing, you know, to go calculate all these ones and zeros to like do that to like put, but it's still things are still janky. But it's I'm impressed by that. Like I'm still impressed by what AI can do, but it needs to
I'm
be like say
impressed when
legislated
people
law
use
and
it
done in the right way.
to help with content. I keep saying, like that's what you gotta do. If it makes something a little bit better,
So
like let's say like an artist can't get something right in one of their
yeah,
animations,
use it as
or
a
they can use
reference
it to
or
like help a little bit. Like that's what AI should be used for.
use it for
Not
referencing or
creating
help
whole
case.
videos or because that's what you have an engine for.
Yeah. So that's what I'm
Called
saying.
CG fucking I, idiots.
Yeah, exactly. And
Like,
that's and the worst part now is because of the whole
like the ones that are always eating. The food goes in, that comes out whole. It's like
it's always fucking wild that stuff. That stuff's crazy.
the food goes in, like sometimes it disappears, but then it like comes back out. I'm like,
It's just
who
fucking...
the fuck makes like they just sit there all day and just make shit like just.
Yeah, like half these like channel like pages on Facebook or Instagram, like we said again, like they're just like generating AI artwork or images and just posting and being like, oh, look at
I
this
hope
amazing
that I'm
thing.
making money from it because that's bullshit. Like,
Well, they get so many followers and then they get like again revenue. It's just making money in a different way so they can loophole it. It's kind of fucked though. Like it's
and the weird animals that have like eyes everywhere and they're like picking them up and it's like, who likes this shit?
I know. It's just but like that's what gets me because there's so many bots. Facebook is worse for it because you have like the birthday pages. You have like the because it's always like the wish me a happy birthday. I've turned 130. Or there's the I've just made this with my bare hands. Or there's the look at this cool design someone made. Or like, and then it's like the women. Or it's like it's just like all the dodgy shit. But there was like I say, there was one that recently popped up, which was basically a deep fake AI process, which I don't know if you've seen it, but someone had generated an image of a steamy shower scene, or it's just a photo, it's just a still, but it's of Chris Evans, and I think it was Henry Cavill. And basically, it's like, yeah, it's very, very, very inappropriate. It's like Henry Cavill pushing up, like it's naked Henry Cavill pushing up against naked Chris Evans. It's like a shower glass window, and it's like, it's on Facebook. This is the worst fucking part. It's on Facebook.
Makes that.
And like, and that is taking people's intellectual property because their likeness, putting into these programs, and and the thing is like it.
What people
You
don't
know it's
realize is
AI,
that's a criminal offense because
but like
you're kind of
you know it's AI.
frauding
and you know it's
Them?
fake,
Like,
but
technically?
the AI is generating these faces so well now. Like it's got like almost like a cartoon texture to it, but
Yeah,
still,
it's still way too perfect. Like,
it's too yeah exactly. It's too perfect because it's getting the likeness so well, even though it's like a cartoon in sense. It's just ridiculous how well it's getting these likenesses, and it's
no,
getting
it's
scary.
not getting anywhere near fucking well done. You can tell an AI I'm fucking mile away
Oh no, that's what I'm
still.
saying. You can, but it still
Mm,
looks like the people. Like like it looks like if I was looking at you, but you look
yeah.
cartoony. But like you would have like a cartoon filter over you, but it looked like you. You know what I mean? Like that's why you could tell
Mm.
it's like AI because it's got a filter to it, basically.
Waxy,
But
cartoony,
yeah,
plasticky. Like,
but
it's just
it's still like it still looks
because there is no life in AI.
no.
None.
But I'm saying you look one for one looking at
It just slaps together. Let's say you put in like Chris Hemsworth and it slap Chris Hemsworth there
mm,
or someone. It will just slap them. To if you tell it what to
but
do, it'll do it.
yeah, but it's that scary good that
So
it will look like a photo like someone has taken of from from a glance. It would look like a photo of someone
yeah,
because
and
it
just
like
think
actually looks like them. Like
if the wrong
uh,
person sees that, they get fired from a job
mm-hmm.
because it goes against their standards, like their community
Yeah, because it
staff or
goes, and then
something.
people like misinformation gets spread. People think it's real. Then this whole circle, and it's coming back to the whole deep fake thing that they're trying to fight the laws with because
Right?
people deep faking, and then it's like fake things. But like it's creating defamation basically of people because it's putting them. People go, oh, this must be real. Oh, Chris Evans slept with Henry Cavill, and it's just like, no,
Right?
he didn't. And people go, oh, Chris Evans is cheating. Starts putting out like fake news headlines, and people go, because people fall for it. And then this misinformation news spreads. It's like none of that happened. No one's cheating on you. No one's slept with anyone. Like it's not real
Right?
because it's like
It's
it's the
fake.
two
It's made
straight
up.
men
Like,
like fucking put in a homosexual fucking position. Like, and it's always the fan fiction type of shit. And like that's the worst. And the worst problem is it's the fan fiction, and it's half the times these women swooning over it, like all this
I wouldn't
stuff.
say just women. I bet it's
Well,
fucking
there's
men as well.
men as well, but a lot of it is women half the time because that's where the fan fiction basically comes from.
Mm.
It's not half time, it's equal sides just as bad as one another, but when
Yeah.
it's a lot of the supernatural fan fiction was started with women, and then like anything like that, like a lot of that stuff that's always been fucking happening forever. But I've been having those memes pop up again with the fucking supernatural ones, where it was like it was that one popped up again where it was Jensen Ackles everywhere, and it was Misha behind him going like you're never alone, and he's wearing the shirt,
Oh, right.
and that was basically they did that skit stuff because it was based off of the fan fiction stuff. Like it was always crazy. Like a lot of stuff was all, and I like how they were aware of the fan fiction stuff going on, and they made fun of it like in the show
Right.
multiple times, and then behind the scenes as well. Like they kind of were like taking the piss, but then also like accepting it, but it worked well because it's like riding
Well,
the
if you
wave of
feed
it.
into it, like they're just gonna keep doing it,
Mm,
and the more people you get watching as well.
exactly. So it's smart way of doing things.
Like
So
there's a way you can either be a little crybaby about it, which will throw a lot of people off, or you just embrace it and run with it, like what
that's
they
it.
did.
So it's kind
Hey,
of
it's not
funny,
fucking
but
hurting them. Like,
that's
good
and
to
that's where
them.
it all kind of and it's all, I mean this stuff's been around for forever. Like fan fiction and swooning character like not swooning but like swooning over characters but like shipping characters together.
Swooning characters, huh?
But shipping characters been a long thing for a long time, and at least back then when it was like done, it was people creating the drawings themselves. Like it was people actually drawing like these characters in the like actual creating art. And now it's just now like, oh, let's just digitalize everything, and it's just like, and it's even worse now because it actually looks nearly real, and it's just like that's kind of disturbing. At least when people making it like it was a creating of art and it was a representational
It's just.
like
I hope it gets fucking. I just hope it gets.
there's no taste.
Something's gonna happen with it. Like something's gonna be. It's definitely gonna be regulated.
There's got to be something. But
Like
like
AI should
that,
not be free for a start.
but that's what I was gonna say. Like the
It doesn't need
well,
like because you get idiots who make like we've been seeing like
well, a lot of the stuff, a
the
lot of these things that are a little more perfected, they do hide behind paywalls. Like you'll get a few free samples
yeah,
up
which is
front,
good.
and then you gotta like pay to. But it's not too bad. Like some of them aren't too
As
bad.
long as
But
it's monthly payment, then fuck it, why not? Like
so
because you shouldn't be profiting from AI like at all.
no,
You get these people because it's a free app, right? Well, the thing is, like, they can just spam content for days.
Yeah.
They'll get idiots out there clicking it and liking it.
Well, that's like
Because
me.
they got
Like
unlimited content, right?
like because I've uploaded the 2 songs onto YouTube because that's why I shared the one to Facebook, but I uploaded 2 on the YouTube, the Minecraft one so far, and it actually like when you put out like because it classifies it as music, it detects it's music, so it puts you into the music algorithm for those videos. So or any of those type of videos. So like those 2 videos I've uploaded are classified as music on YouTube, and they're gaining more viewership because it's categorized in the music algorithm. So I'm getting more clicks on those compared to videos because they're not videos, they're music. So it's
music.
Yeah, so it's interesting to see like only been up for a couple of days and I've already got like nearly 40 views on both of them. Compared to most videos, like videos of content I make may not even get that. Like this is, but that's because it's different content, and that is interesting to see how YouTube works.
Also,
between
it's music. They don't have to watch it. They just put it on and do whatever the fuck they want.
And that's what I mean. So it's interesting how YouTube is so like, and again, it's AI because it's algorithm. It's AI still that defines this. But it's interesting to see that it knows every key little bit of thing that you're uploading. So it knows when you're uploading a short. Like because sometimes like say you just have to put in hashtag short and you go, okay, this is a short, or you go, there's different things because you got
but
shorts.
Also the length of the video helps.
Yeah, but I mean it's scary now because shorts can be
if
like
it's over a certain length, like it doesn't add it as a short.
It's getting hard now because you can have shorts that are like 3 minutes long now on YouTube. Like it's crazy, yeah.
That's not a short. That's a fucking video. Like
yeah, it's getting crazy. Like
the short is 30 seconds. That's it.
I know. I know. So it's changing. So you've got shorts, you've got videos, you've got music, you've got and like there's so many different categories on YouTube.
There are no shorts anymore because now I think of it, it is over 30 seconds most of the time.
Mm-hmm. So it is interesting. So it's fun to play with. So, but TikTok always works for me. TikTok always works for me for content, but my videos are mainly always a minute long anyway. Like I hate short form unless it's like a joke. Unless it's like a joke that's meant to be like that. Quick punchline, then it will fit in the 15 seconds. Most of the time, it's 30 seconds to 60 seconds. Like, because I'm making content. Like, I'm not making like little media. Like, I'm trying to make a whole like bit. And yeah, it's just crazy. Because 15 seconds to me doesn't give enough to convey. Like, there's nothing. Like,
unless it's straight to the point. Like,
yeah. So it's kind of
most people don't do that.
by the time you try and get to the thing, you're like, and your brain can't.
It's not for the 10-minute videos that could be over in like a minute.
Oh, those are specifically draining people in. Like, they're doing that on purpose. That's another thing that needs to be sorted with and banned. Those videos where they're like, this thing happened, and they drag it out because they specifically know what they're doing, and they do it, and they ramble on.
And they're like, then you do this, and you do this, then they repeat what they just said again. It's like,
and they just drag, and then they get to the thing, and then they show the solution like 1 second, and they could have just done that from the start, but they rambled on the whole time just to try and drag out the video.
They need to hit a certain watch time.
Just
I don't click anything now. Those
videos are bad.
I don't watch anything on Facebook or anything like.
It's just ridiculous.
Even on Instagram, I just don't do that now. Just unless the people I follow, then
Instagram is like the worst.
Same as TikTok. I don't watch TikTok. I just post my clips and that's it.
That's it.
People want to watch them. Like,
you do need to do a level of interaction on the platform. It's kind of an obligational agreement. So if you do have people you're following, you interact with their content, that will satisfy but every now and then you do have to, because you got to find that fine line because if you're creating content but you're also watching, like TikTok needs to know, are you a creator or are you a viewer? You know what I mean? Right. So if you view too much then create content, your videos will get to a ratio because you're more of a viewer. Or and that's the thing. So like your content won't get as many views itself because you are a viewer. But most content creators, unless they're also like they're doing their videos and that's it, then they're gonna get more views on their videos because they are creator. So their content will be pushed more regularly. But you gotta balance that line because you still gotta make an engagement with viewing. So that your content is, because it's an equal give. You can't just be like me, no one else. Like it's like ad revenue. Like if you wanna you gotta watch ads to like support the viewer because it's part of the whole like with Twitch. So if you had ad block on, you know, it kind of creates that
Well,
negative
they
barrier.
actually phased that out. That ad block bullshit. Like you
Yeah,
can't use it anymore.
yeah, because it's part of the cycle that
Same as
it's
YouTube.
yeah, because it's helping everyone because
I
it's a
bet that
revenue.
some people get an hour-long ads because of that. Like fuck.
Oh, and like that's the thing because ad is fully dependent like on these viewers that are making content. Like they rely on the ads now, so that's why ad blocking was worked as a thing because it was commercialized revenue for the business. So
Yeah,
like
for the
YouTube,
naughty ads.
well, it was like so how
It
it
was
was
for pop-ups, really.
kind of a lot of that stuff there, but a lot of the ad stuff was working because the revenue originally wasn't going to the creator. A revenue was for the business. So every time ads would come up on YouTube, it would be going back. The revenue was going back to YouTube. But once the policy came in that the revenue was going to the creator that the ads were on, that's when ad blockers started removing because it became a fair use.
Yeah.
Like it was, you know, because then you're screwing over creators because that's the whole point. They, you know, they need their revenue.
Yep.
So it's an interesting side of why things are there and then why things aren't there. And
Plus, ad blockers fuck with your web browser too.
yeah, it changes. It fucks with the cookies. So then what's referred, and that's why you have toggles
It
now.
also slows your browser down and everything,
Yeah,
like because it's you're not meant to be using that.
yeah, because it's trying to filter them, like because it's trying to load them, but it's this thing's trying to filter them away so you don't get them. But
No, it's actually
it's
implemented in the ad block. Well, it's more of like when YouTube did it, they fucked with the ad blockers because
I need to wipe this up.
they have the ads. They want people to access the ads.
Yeah.
So they like gave people like hour-long ads, 30-minute-long ads, fucking everything, like overrode their
Yeah,
ad
it's
blockers
over
and stuff.
exactly because ad blockers only that's meant to segregate like 30 seconds or whatever it was. Like it could only do.
And I mean, haha, idiots. Like I've never used an ad blocker.
But
Like,
it's
there's
kind of
fucking
dirt.
point.
Like I kind of hate the idea though when YouTube is like, oh, here's an ad, but it's just another YouTube video. Like it's not an actual ad.
Yeah.
Like that's the one thing I hate the most though was like just in general, because it was like, why are you like someone's just gone, oh, this is an ad. Here's a podcast. This is now an ad. So then it would pop up as an ad on people's videos. Like it's not an ad. It's literally just a video. Like what are you doing? It's a smart. It kind of is a smart move, but it's a dirty move. So
Dirty, yeah.
but
Unless it's to do with what you're watching, then it's like not too bad.
but anyway, I digress on that. Yeah, so I don't know.
Yeah, in theory, is AI bad? Don't fucking use it.
One thing I wanted to bring up, which is kind of dirty, I say in the sense of dirty, because it's funny. Where is it? I had it just
Dirty.
before. This is this was announced earlier today, I guess, sometime today, yesterday, whatever it was. So I've talked about it before. I don't know when the new season of that's going to come around, but we talked about it before where the Grand Tour had wrapped up. They did their farewell. It was all done and dusted, you know.
Oh yeah.
That was all done. So the three boys are coming back for a new show.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So it's now called the Not Very Grand Tour, and it's coming back.
You know, it's the point where they just keep coming back. It gets worse and worse.
But this one now.
They're doing it straight for the fucking money.
Well, I don't know. This time. Huh?
They do it for the fucking money. That's all they're doing it for now.
I mean, they love doing it because you do watch it. They are kind of just like shit around and just like take the piss on each other. And
there are people who do it way better, that do what they do, but way better now.
I like watching them.
I did like 20 years ago,
but now it's more what it's because before Grand Tour was basically just Top Gear, so they kind of just did exactly what Top Gear. So what
Top Gear was peak.
So but they did
After
have
that,
the.
They should have just ended. They should have just stopped when Top Gear ended.
Well, I mean, they like doing that. They like doing what they were doing, and the three of them do work well together. They did do some of their own shows as well, try different things. So, but it's one of those things. I like their chemistry together. I love watching it. Like that's like Clarkson with his like Clarkson's Farm. Like there's a new season of that coming out this year at some point. So like he's doing that as well. But this show, from what the brief description was saying, was it's going down more of the route of like the history of like the machinery, if that makes sense. Like that makes sense. Like the like I guess the fundamental evolution of like cars and machinery, like things like that. They're gonna like talk about that kind of stuff. So like the engines of like cars, you know, how they've evolved, like how companies have evolved engines over time. So they're kind of still doing what they were doing, but more going deeper, I guess. So it's not just about them just shit pissing, racing around in cars. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised they'll still do that. Like they'll still have elements of
Right.
that because they love doing that. But I think it's just more on a different scale of what they're doing. It's going to mostly be a bit more educational in a sense because they're diving deeper into the technology and evolution of machine. You know what I mean? So that's I'm kind of like it's like the history, which I'm kind of keen. I'm kind of keen for that to see how they do that because that's kind of like May's kind of content because James May did a lot of like travel kind of stuff and he kind of delved
Yeah.
into cultures and like cooking and stuff like that and
Which I find more interesting because he's
yeah
fucking better at that than everything else. Like he
yeah
loves these wines and foods and
yeah connoisseur
like that's
and
his best content was his bunker. Like that shit
yeah
was just fantastic.
so and then like Hammond kind of did like different kind of content here and there and it's kind of one of those things but like I feel like and then I think they're going down because like you've seen how Clarkson's Farm's done well Clarkson's Farm's been more a bit more of like a reality TV show almost in the sense because it's following the life of them running the
But
farm.
also their individual things aren't as thrilling as them three.
So that's why I'm
Which
kind
the
of
numbers speak for themselves. No one watches like James Bunker. Like
mm,
they have their little audiences, but that's it.
yeah,
Like
that's it. So I mean, it
which they
makes
can't keep
sense.
doing that because hey, they get nothing. I mean, they get some stuff from that, but they
I mean, what
of
else are you
course
gonna do?
money.
Like that's like us with the Beardy Bros. Like we're gonna do this until we're like until we're done. Like we're gonna be doing this for like I feel like even if
Yeah,
the Beardy Bros was to wrap up, I feel like we would end up doing something different. Like we would create the next thing almost. Like it wouldn't
well,
be
if the
like
Beatles ever stopped, I would definitely still do it. But solo, fucking whatever. Like
that's what I
fuck,
mean. Like it'd be like in that element of being like this, but something different. Like you'd either rebrand or like, but like still
that's why
be
I've
the
got
same
my
kind of
YouTube.
thing.
Like I can just rant on fucking YouTube if need be.
That's
Like
what I mean. Like, and that's the thing. Like, it's kind of we're kind of like in that sense of the same kind of thing, but like we're just in our confined spaces doing what we do. Like, I know for us. Like, I
right,
imagine if we had the to get like if we were together and we had the money and time, like we would delve in those like fandangled like we've talked about many times, like wanting to do cook-offs and bake-offs and
right.
whatever, and like do crazy shit. Like we would if we could, because like I feel like it would work so well, and we would expand and do more.
Right.
But it is just one of those things. It's just
One day.
one day we'll do it. One day we'll sort ourselves out. I'll sort myself out. I'll start saving up money. Maybe have to come down for a visit and we'll do some shit. Who knows?
Right? They'll be like, what the fuck? They're in person. Like,
Like it will fucking happen. We're on our 6th season and we still haven't met in person yet. Like what the fuck? Like it is going to happen. It's going to be a monumentous moment. Like it will
the
happen.
heavens
We
will
will.
open up. Like,
It will be fucking something. Like it will happen. So whether we're gonna figure out what we'll do, but it will happen.
right? Like,
I will
goddamn.
make sure it happens at some point, but everything happens in turns because like we were talking out of podcast last week when I was talking because I had to wrap up. You know when we did it film the day because I had to go do shit.
Yeah.
So might as well I'm might as well talk about it now. So I'm looking at trying to move because the caravan has only been so much. We've been here basically
Right.
a year, and the caravan's been alright to a point. Like we need more. Like I feel where I'm getting to the point now with everything that's happening with me. I feel like the caravan and everything. It's too confined. I can't
Yeah.
grow, and I think that's what's happening. Is where I was for the point. It was fine because everything was tiny. Everything was little. Like goals were small. Everything was felt small. You
Those
know.
were.
I know I'm getting real gassy from this. It's making me burp and it's coming out my nose. My nose fizzing. So like, but yeah, so everything felt like needed for what we needed, what I needed. That's what it feels like. And now that
Right.
things are progressing more, steps are rolling out, my art's getting a bit further. I'm starting to create more. Like, I need to start being able to like. I don't know, just how I feel anyway. Like I need to start expanding and evolving and getting more, and I can't because I'm contained in that box. So it feels like we need to
Right.
get that step further,
Literally.
and yeah, and it's just like, and things need to start rolling forwards to get the ball rolling now because there's a projection of where things are heading and where I want things to head. So it's
Right.
needing to break out of that cage, to be
In a
able
new
to go
environment.
further. So
Like thrive in a new environment.
yeah,
Like,
so that's it. So that's eventually where the endeavor's heading. So it's just been the start now, looking to try and get out of here and try and go somewhere else, and try and start fresh again
Right.
and get on the track. But yeah, it's just trying to find the right place that's going to work, that's going to be able to
Which is the hardest part.
sustain, because it's not cheap. Everything we've looked at
No.
like so far, it's been a rough.
And there's multiple people going for one thing.
Mm-hmm. Looked at one place and it would
Because
just
the world
be
of housing sucks.
well. That's it. There's one place we found that was kind of cheap. It's localized close to like parks and shops and stuff, but the place to me felt a tad too small still, because it literally is just 2 rooms, kitchen, living is like in the small. It's just a box.
Oh.
It's basically just a little bit bigger than what we got now, basically, in the sense of like being in a caravan. It's be like maybe 3 times the size of a caravan. You know, it's a little bit of growth, but not enough. Like it'd be somewhere to go to get out of here.
Yeah, you want an
But
actual house, not a
I want to be able to
unit kind of thing.
yeah, because I don't want it to be small. Because if I was to get out of here, I don't want it to be a small stepping stone. I want
It's
it to
like
be
being here, like it's just a 2-bedroom. Like
yeah. Because
if it wasn't for this sunroom, I'll be in there still. Like
yeah, the sunroom. You're lucky you have the sunroom. So that's the trap. How I feel, anyways. Is if I'm gonna grow, I need the growth. I need that.
right,
You know, like that room.
yeah,
I
a
can't
big
just
room, like big area.
because if I was to go because if I was going to go to a place that was a little bit bigger than this, that would be a place like if it would have to be a stepping stone where I'd have to be there maybe for 6 months and then look for somewhere else to the next step, maybe a year. Like I need to go to the next. Like I wouldn't be able to stay there long enough because I'd need to definitely be in that set.
But
to
then there's
move
no
on,
point
so.
even moving there because
That's what I mean, because you want to be able to at least feel a bit comfortable, but you want to be on edge where you're not fully settling in. Like it's a hard draw line. Like what
because
do
you
you
wouldn't
do?
want a 6-month lease on a place like that either.
No, because by the time you moved in, you're already going to move out. Like
Yeah, I don't get why 6-month leases exist really. Like
that's it.
unless you're like backpacking or something. Like it's just. But then why
Yeah,
would you rent anything? Like just
I
go
know
to
it's
a
weird.
motel or
So it's just hard. I mean, it was kind of bad because we looked at the place and clearly someone was still living in it. It was supposed to be available for it soon, but they were clearly not packed up.
Usually
Just,
house inspections, unless they've been empty a long time, you got someone still living there. But they
So
either vacate
it
for
was
that
kind of a
time
like,
or
oh my
they
god.
just tell,
So
they talk about it with you.
yeah, it's one of those things. So it's just trying to find a place that's going to be in a decent price range that's not, I don't know, overly far away.
That isn't like $700 a fucking week.
Because it was cheap
That's
though.
fucking
It was
but
only
that's cheap for the size. Like
yeah, because it was only like 300 something, 330, 340, 350 a week.
that's not too fucking bad.
Not
but
too
still
bad,
the size.
but it's like I said, it's maybe 3 times.
If
the
it was
size of
just
the
you and
caravan.
Al, it would be perfect. Like just
Yeah,
you
because then I
you
could
and Al,
have
but
like the
have a
room
whole
for
family
one
there.
thing, like trying to fit everything in there. Because clearly, like I was like just trying to compare the places we've looked at and trying to allocate like in my mind where things would be set up to accommodate for the situation we're currently in, and it's just like everything we've looked at so far is just like it's just like comparing just because you work out space, work what you got, and I like to visualize everything, so I've got my my brain's cataloging every
That's
little
what I was
place we've
doing. I was
looked
like,
at.
my desk would that fit? Like when I was
Yeah,
trying to this place, like I'm like,
and that's it. Yeah, because I looked
it's
at
a
I
bit
thought it
small,
over
but it's
several
only
times
the option
everywhere.
we
It's just
have at the
like,
current moment. So, but you have to get what. So if you don't find anything, you can just wait another
so
month,
there was
2
one
months,
place we
3
thought
months.
about, which sounded pretty good, because it was only 440, but I think they must have had because we still were like fuck it, let's start applying for it, and then there was no like it was just like this was a set price, whatever it was, and then I guess they must have had more like in like people being expressing interest into it because they end up like updating the description or whatever, and then informed that it was going to be from because it was just 440. They didn't say there was going to be any rent increase, no nothing like that. But then all of a sudden out of nowhere, they're just like, oh, by the way, by this such date, the rent's going to increase to $500. It's just like, what the fuck? Like, why didn't you state?
$60? Like,
Yeah, it's like, why didn't you state that in the stuff? So I feel like what, and like Al was saying is like, they must have had a lot of expressive interest, and they're
I
like, we can
think
get more money out of
that's
this.
no, I don't think that's it though, because I think they're gonna increase, and whoever's still interested will keep going.
That's what I mean. Like, but they should have
It
stated
back
that.
down to that 440.
But they should have stated the price from the get go that it's going to be increased because most of them all of them will pretty much say that it's
Yeah, but
going
I'm
to
guessing they had a lot of people,
increase.
but they're trying to the ones who are just there for interest sake, maybe like
maybe who knows. But like, it's kind of dirty because a lot of people need places. There's so many people that are trying to find affordable living, and it's very fucking expensive. Like, it's not affordable. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yep.
Because
Exactly.
on the income that
And
we have, like, we can't
it's because
afford
what you
too
need
much.
is government houses again, like actual government rentals and stuff. Like
Mm. And a lot of that's being
most
like,
houses now, 90% are owned by people who just keep jacking prices up.
well, a lot of those things are being ended too. That's the scary part. Like, a lot of the government funding stuff for housing is all being cut.
But
Like,
they shouldn't.
it's just getting, and then once
I
they're cut, the prices go back
what
up.
people don't get is, you know how much land we have in like where I am, where you are,
Oh,
like
there's
in
plenty of land
Australia.
everywhere that they could be building
They could
houses on
build like hundreds of houses
for affordable living. Like,
just
there could be
like
plenty of
that.
affordable living. Like, I'm even looking, like, we're even looking at,
Like,
like,
I will
I'm
happily pay the government rent just so I could live
like, we're
somewhere.
basically
Like,
fine with going back to a unit as long as it's affordable.
yeah,
Like, that's
right.
going to accommodate the four of us, you know. House,
Well, I
an
think you
income
got at
place is going to
least
be able to.
2 rooms for the kids and you. Like,
As long as there's somewhere that I'm still be able
and it's
to,
not
like,
cramped. That's another thing.
no,
Like,
like, as long as there's somewhere that I'm still able to, like, do the podcast and stuff, like, that's not going to interfere with anyone else. That's something that's, like, taking into equator, because, like, I'm still going to be creating content. I'm still going to be, like, I need
right.
to be able to allocate that space. Like, I'm not
You
giving
can
up
have
on.
your like a nook or something. Like your
Yeah, like some kind of space that still allows me to do
little
this,
dome.
because
Like,
I'm not going to allow anything stopping me from content creating what I'm doing. Like, I am set on
nah.
this. Like, I am set on where I'm going with my trajectory, what I'm doing, what I want. I don't want anything interfering with that. Like, that's where I'm headed. I'm set. Like, I don't care how long this takes for us to, even if we ever blow up, even if we never don't. Like, I am too passionate for this. This is too much. I enjoy this too much. Like, I am set on this. Like,
Right.
it's, yeah, it's just crazy. Like, and it's hard trying to say that to people. It's just like, this is a hobby, yes, but, like, I only do this once a week. Like, I should be allowed to do this once a week. I shouldn't be allowed to, like, just stop doing this at all. Like, and that's like, and then, like, for Al, like, it's hard for her because she, like, does all her sewing stuff, and it's hard for her. Like, we need to be able to have access that we can do our things. Like, it's just, you know, be able to be yourself.
Thing. I was like, as long as I can fit a desk and a bit behind me for a bit more room, then.
And that's it.
But
So,
no,
I don't know.
we actually found a 6-bedroom. I'm like,
oh god,
I'm like, holy fuck.
6-bedroom.
6-bedroom wouldn't be bad to have, would it?
Fuck, how much they trying to charge something like that? Fucking hell.
Only 650, 620.
They see that's reasonable. Like, that is okay. Like, it's expensive. Like, other than, like, the income I have, but it makes sense because it's 6 rooms. Like, that's decent. Maybe we should try and come down that way, and we'll just have to share a house. Split the house.
There's 3 of us here. Like,
we'll move in.
We can cover that if need be.
I said I'll move down there, we'll move in, and we'll split the income. We'll split the rent.
Right? Like,
we just have to fucking somehow divide the house. Two families living in a house.
Right? Yeah, but the house is fucking massive.
That's crazy. Like, see, that's reasonable. See, something like that up here would be
like.
like.
I can find it after the potty and show you.
Yeah, because like I said, 6 houses. Like 6 houses. Fuck. 6 bedrooms. 6 bedrooms here. That would be like $1,000 a week. Like, it would be fucking like ridiculous.
Yeah, well, the thing is the fact that it's really 600, but the extra money is they have a gardener that does the gardens there for them.
Like, oh, what?
You don't have to do the gardens.
Yeah.
They just got a gardener
that
just
cool.
does them.
Yep.
Which is pretty fucking cool. So, like, fuck, you happy pay for that.
Well, that's it. Yeah, no, because 6, like, a
3-bedroom. Because
a lot of 3 bedrooms here are very commonly going for like 600, like 500 to 600. Like, it's fucked.
And here they're like 3 to 4.
Yeah.
Maybe the highest is like the medium is like 400 to 500.
Yeah, and like it is fucked. Like, it is very fucked. Like, it's
because there's no there should be stuff with what's it called? Fucking people who
like I being able to balance, like, if I can
rent
find
increases like that. Like,
yeah, like I said, if we can find a $300 place, like, it's
before COVID, rent was not that fucking bad.
Because the biggest drawback that got me was
for this, what, 200, 300?
Yeah, well, like I said, the biggest drawback though that got me the most with this place that was $300 was literally the laundry was in the bathroom, and the bathroom was
That's not
small
the
as
end of the
fuck.
world.
No, but it was like small as fuck.
Oh,
Like, you want to sit on that toilet? You're on the toilet.
and
The
you're like,
the where the washing machine's sitting is like you could basically almost eat your dinner off. Like you could sit on the toilet, and like where you would park your
that's not the
washing
end of the
machine.
world, then.
But like that's how tight it was. It was like ridiculous. Like it was. I was like,
Yeah,
how
but it's
the
not the end of
fuck?
the world. Like, it's not. You don't need too much room for a toilet.
No, but like it's just crazy. Like how
You got
small this
somewhere to
place
put
was. So.
your books or something. Just
Oh, I mean, someone's showing me something right now. Oh, you showing me that place again? She's showing me the place again now. But yeah, it had like the dryer in there. Like the photos are very misleading. There's that room. There's that one bedroom. She's showing me the photos again. I'm looking at it again. They did
one
have a
bedroom.
wardrobe in that space, but like it looks so.
Who the fuck needs a one bedroom unless you're just a one person, like
It's
or
so
two people?
tiny. It's so tiny. It's just
You need
yeah,
at
a little
least
bit of
three,
yard.
like to.
I'm guessing that's the car park space for that one.
Especially you, like you got
It's such
two
a
fucking
weird
kids, and
layout.
like
Like
they all want their own room. Like
it's
at
just
some
the
point,
worst
like
problem. Like I say, yeah, the worst problem that's the animals though. That's the trap. And see, if I
oh
feel
yeah,
like I'd be inclined a little bit more if we didn't have the animals. Like if we didn't have the animals, I
yeah,
feel
but
like it would
still,
be
like
sustainable.
mm,
But the
right.
way the fences are done, there's too many gaps in the fences that are naturally like how it's been built. That there's just gaps between the
You have to
properties.
just
Like
try and patch it, and
yeah, because they just basically just put a fence there just to like divide up the because they're like a three-way unit, kind of like stuck together.
so it's a makeshift fucking fence.
So they're proper fences, but it's more effect to be visual. Like this is your property, this is your property. So when it comes up to like
Yeah,
the wall, the fence comes and just stops, and there's like gaps between the wall and the fence. And I'm like, they're just it's not properly like really an actual like yeah, it's just a divider of property like per. So I don't know. I
damn.
mean, it wasn't a. It's just tricky. I just feel like it'd be hard for the animals because they would be outside too much, and I feel like Mills would be barking at everyone.
Right.
That's the trap. Like she couldn't come inside. There'd be no room for her to be inside. She'd
And
be
also,
barking all the
most
time.
places don't even accept pets.
Well, that's the thing. We make sure we're looking for places that have pets, but it's just yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but you
just a
know,
trap.
most things are pets. Like pets, you have to tell them what you have, and they'll
Yeah,
either decide. Then it's like,
but I wanna. So it's kind of hard because I do want like it's got to match some criterias. Like I people say, oh, you shouldn't be picky, but I'm like, you kind of have to be because we've got dogs that have anxiety. So you can't necessarily have fences that are open view fences because they're going to bark all the time
they'll
because
see,
they're anxious.
and
Yeah, so you need privacy fences so they're not going to bark because there's the whole thing with dogs barking. It's an issue. You can have your dogs removed for excessive barking. It's just like, well, you can't
yep,
help them when a dog has anxiety, like, and you can't, and then you got to be like, okay, if you have them inside, what's the ratio of room? There's all these things, so it's just
right.
you have to take in some like equations. You have to like, it's not about being picky. It's working with what your circumstances are, and finding those that will just work. So it's just yeah, it's just one of those things. So.
It
Eh,
is what it is, isn't it? Like,
it is what it is.
because everyone's fucking different. Like
So yeah, it's
renting
just,
or the
and that's why I say I look at a
landlord.
place
Like,
and I go, okay, this would work if it was just me and Al, or be like, oh, this would work if it was just me, Al, and one kid, or this
right.
would work if it was just us and and animals, or this would work if it was just us and the kids, and you got to find it's just like, oh, so fucked. Like,
That's why we're happy here. Like, we just got one cat. That's it. That's
yeah,
it.
so simple. Like,
And there's only three of us.
the cat,
Technically, I could just go by myself. Like, fuck.
yeah, but it does make it easier splitting, like sharing
Yeah.
helps out a bit.
Especially this fucking economy. Like, god damn.
That's what I mean. It's like fucked. And then you got different ratios based on suburbs. So that's the other thing too. It's like Tasmania is good
Right?
for like the price of housing, but then you got to make up for the other debt that you'd be paying for like different bills. Like, the ratio balances out all over the place. So it's like, are you better off one way compared to another way? Like it's, you might find that one place
That's
is
what I
better for
said here,
rent,
like,
but then
I
water
also,
could be
move
more
to a different
expensive than
fucking
electricity.
move up north because hey, you're around everything. I can be like Here, I'm like 2 hours from a fucking Woolies.
Well, that's what I was gonna say,
2 and a half.
because you were saying you're thinking of moving up, so you'd be closer to like shops, like hospitals, like you'd be more in a sustainable area where you don't have to drive
Yeah.
so far. Which there,
But I would have to go like 6 hours to see a fucking doctor. Like, goddamn.
yeah, that's what I mean. So if you move somewhere that's closer, that will save time. So,
Right?
it's just crazy. But I digress.
But you digress.
It's just like just. I mean, we're kind of like venting this. Like, well, I'm venting this week. I feel like I don't know if Jim's venting.
But also, what did you think that message I sent said with the?
Oh yeah, you're like Platinum. I'm like, what the fuck are you playing? I was like, Platinum, bro. Like, what the fuck? And then I was like, because I was asleep. I checked on Moana 2, and I had some food. I had some McDonald's while I was watching Moana. So, and I kind of like just like food comed. I passed out because I was sitting in the recliner chair. So I was sitting there. I had just had Macca's, and I was watching Moana. I fell asleep, and I woke up, looked at my phone, and I was like, Platinum, bro. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And that's what I was like, what? I was like. And then I like sat for a bit and I come in here and I'm thinking and I looked at the PlayStation. I'm like, oh, he's platinumed, brothers. I get it now. I was like, that makes sense because you had like
I thought I wrote that, but my phone like
platanium. I was like, what the fuck is platinum? I was like, what? And I was like, what the fuck?
Platanium.
That's what I was like. What are you doing? And I was like, I'm trying to get you to reply so I could like ask you, and then I realized that, and then you didn't reply because you were doing whatever you were doing. I was like, watching the footy, whatever it was, and then I said, and then it clicked later, and I was like, oh, I get it now. That's why I replied to him, like, oh, I get it now. You platinumed, yeah. Because I was going to ask you.
Spell check, but like I shouldn't have to because I don't usually do that. It's just like it just wanted to fuck up platinum on me. Like, what the fuck did it even spell? It's like, well, thanks, but yeah, like I just went through and just cleaned up all the trophies I missed. Just went through each chapter select and did the trophies.
Yeah.
Not too bad. Good fucking game though.
Yeah, well, that's it. Well, I was gonna say we have let those that are watching us. We'll let them know anyway. We've been playing some games. We did a way out. We finished that. We're gonna go over that at some point and get a few of those cleanup trophies, which isn't too hard.
Cleanup trophies, yeah.
And that we've just started playing. It Takes Two, which if we're only an hour into the podcast, maybe might play a little bit after this. Maybe if Jim wants to. Maybe if we wrap up the podcast at a decent time. See how we go. Get a couple of hours in of it. It Takes Two, maybe. Because I've just been doing so much. I've just been all over the place all day.
Very, very, very soon.
Because I've been doing shit all day. Like I've been sitting here trying to like paint and shit, and I've been like I painted a canvas trying to get the right layout for my painting. I'm trying to paint, and this has been doing my thing, and then trying to organize stuff for the birthday party tomorrow. And I've just been like, I haven't actually really sat down and like played anything. Like I sat down for like an hour at one point, played some Call of Duty. And then I think I messaged you going, I only got fucking 2 levels. And that was like this morning though.
Right.
So down, played an hour of that. I only got 2 fucking levels. I'm like, what the fuck is this bullshit?
Like, I uninstalled Rivals yesterday.
Uninstalled.
COD's gone, Rivals gone.
Yeah, that's it. Like, I'm playing Rivals. I'm still personally enjoying Rivals, but I'm getting to the point with COD where it's just like, these battle passes and everything's just shit. Like, I'm just going to play through this, try and get this battle pass done as much as I can so I get all my money's worth, because only like 20-something days, like 20 days left on the battle pass. Like, I'm so close to just being like, again, just like uninstall it, leave it again, like. But like, I got to do the campaign at some point, so.
What account did you see? Is that my other one?
I know, it must have been your other one, but yeah, because like Captain Jim, I was like, what the fuck? And I scrolled down, then there was Captain Jimothy, and I was like, why is there 2? Because it's from your PlayStation, like it's added from your PlayStation account. I was like, what?
I think Captain Jimothy is at like level
active. Yeah, it's the 10. You nearly prestige fully, but you gave up before that. So But I know I need to do the campaign of that. So I think what I'm gonna do is once I've gone through this battle pass.
Don't even do the campaign. Like fuck me, dude. That's so.
No, I need to get my money's worth. I need to play that campaign, finish the campaign. Like
I got my money's worth hitting like prestige 10. Like that's as far as I can do it.
Like I want to get this battle pass done, get my money's worth from that, play the campaign, and then I'm just gonna uninstall it and get myself 200 gigs back on my console because it's just ridiculous. I'm just getting sick. Like it's just the games are just getting worse now. Like some games I'll have good time, but there's some like I feel like there's hackers or something weird shit's going on sometimes in some games. It's
Call of Duty, they don't care. They don't patch hackers or they because hey, people still fucking play it.
There's one match I played earlier when I was playing it earlier, And it was I was playing gun games, so like because I had an event on, so you get like
Hmm.
the drops from your kills, so it was easier to play gun game and just get kills that way to get the drops.
Yeah.
And like it got me into a point where everywhere I was spawning was in the middle of gunfights. So I'd spawn, get shot because everyone's in a. It spawned me like in the middle of
I'm
combat.
guessing they haven't fixed the damn spawns yet.
Yeah,
Like
so
they
there's like gunfire going on in combat zones, and you just spawn in, you die because you spawn in the middle of combat.
in
Because
the
you're
middle
like
of
there's
a
crossfire
yeah.
happening, and you spawn in the middle of the crossfire, you die. Go, okay, it's gone. Okay, we'll take you to the other side of the map. Spawn ya. You're in the middle of crossfire. Die. Oh yeah, okay, we'll spawn back where I was in the middle of gunfire. Die, and I just kept dying. Like every time I spawned, I just kept dying. I was like, I just sat there, just held it, didn't even hold. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna sit here and watch it. Just bang, 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 bang. Like didn't even get a chance to like do anything. Like I just kept spawn dying. I was like, what
That's
happened to
why I
that?
said the other night on stream. I'm like, I only saw Call of Duty because I'm not their I'm not their
No,
demographic because
no,
Call of
God no.
Duty is arcade shooter. It's not
It's for the stoners, the alcoholics, and the
kids,
kids.
stoners, and
Like,
because I'm like, I want Battlefield 6 to hurry the fuck up.
eh.
Like, I want the new
Like,
Battlefield, like this year or
I
next year.
I just
I
play
fucking want
COD
it
just to
now.
play COD. Like, I don't play COD because it's a
I
good
used to play
game. Like,
COD just for the campaign. But they even fucked that up
I
now.
know. Like,
Like,
that's what I mean. Like, I've got to play the campaign to at least go. I've got my money's worth and just be done with it. You know what I mean?
also, I bought Battlefield 4 for $1 on the fucking
Yeah,
PSN.
it's been
I was like,
cheap.
how $1.60 something? Like,
Well, I sent you the photo earlier. I've actually been getting a lot of games. I'm actually getting to the point if I do buy another PlayStation, I'm just going to buy digital because the amount of games I've been buying digital lately is beyond a joke. Like it is
right?
fucking ridiculous. Like my points, I've got so many fucking those PlayStation points. I'm redeeming like so many fucking things all the time. Like I've got so many
Because you
fucking
can
points.
redeem games from the damn points.
That's what I mean. Like I've redeemed currency twice at like with what I've
Yeah,
had so far.
the $8.
But I currently have, if it loads, I want to look at my currency. I have currently
The $8.
8,727 points.
Damn.
There's games I could get. Like I've redeemed like for 2,000 you get $8 for 2,000 points,
Yeah.
which is like
Which,
$200. I think that works out to being. You got to spend $200 to make $8 back.
fuck.
Yes,
You're better off just redeeming the reward instead. Like,
but sometimes I've
because
used it a couple
there
of
are
times
some
to get me
games there
over.
for 5,000, like
Yeah. Oh, I don't know what loading.
10K,
But like, can I look at my?
and it's just. I mean, that's the thing. I buy digital and physical. It's just digital, you get access right away, which I only
Okay,
buy digital when it's cheap.
So I've recently gone through. So some of these are on like. Okay, so what have I got recently?
Because I
So
found out Split Fiction digitally is more expensive than physically.
$10. Yeah, it's not too bad
What
though.
do I do?
I was tempted to whether just to buy it digitally, but I was like, oh well, if you're gonna buy it, I can just get the friend pass for now, and I'll buy it later. I'm even thinking.
Yeah.
So.
I
But
don't to
like,
buy it. I only to get it from JB because it's only $64. Like,
but like, I
you're dead.
recently bought the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 digitally because it was on special. I grabbed the Tomb Raider
Yeah,
1,
right.
2, and 3 because it was on special. I bought a Way Out because that was like $6. I recently started trying to install Split Fiction, but I got to clear up space. Rainbow Six Siege was free, so I added that to my
Split
library.
Fiction's gonna be massive because like it takes two PS5 versions like 45 gig.
Recently bought Goat Simulator 3 and Minecraft. Terminator
PS5
Resistance, Kingdom Comes Red Deliverance. Then there's the Shenmue games.
Oh yeah, Kingdom Come was
Oh.
so cheap too, wasn't it?
A lot of these are
I gotta get that
PlayStation
on
Plus.
disc though, as well.
There's a lot of stuff I've been like grabbing while they're on special, but some good deals. I was like, yeah, Tomb
Right.
Raider's half price. I was like, fuck it, I'll grab it. I wanted to get that
I
collection.
thought you already bought that.
No, I never did it. So
Oh,
I was like, oh, well, it's on special. Like, I don't need it physically, really. So if it's cheap physically, I'll look at. But some of these games come and go because they're such limited releases nowadays that I'm just not even bothering sometimes. Like, I used to like my physical, but I'm getting to the point where sometimes it's just cheaper to buy digital. Like it's attached to my account. Okay, yeah, okay, I'm kind of fucked if
Yeah, just
someone's
don't buy day one because it's
yeah.
definitely not cheap
Like
day one.
I am technically screwed if someone steals my account. Like I've lost all these games if someone steals my account and hacks it. You know, and I lose that. I've lost that completely. Like I am fucked
Which
there.
does suck because that is definitely thousands of dollars gone. Like,
Yeah, so that can be a problem there. But
or if you
like
forget your password and then you can't get it back if you
so
in some
yeah,
cases,
so
or if you get banned
that's it too.
because you
So
get none of that back, you get banned, your account's gone.
yeah, so it's one of those things. So but
Which is
same
why I
thing.
don't fuck around in online games. I'm like, I don't want to get my account banned. Like,
And that's
fuck you,
it.
dead.
But so that's what. But no, I recently picked up Tony Hawk at least because like yeah, I'll play Tony Hawk
Right?
and Tomb Raider. So try and play Tomb Raider. My
Like, goddamn.
I haven't really got any physical pickups. I want to talk about other stuff, but I'll talk about pickups.
I've got no physicals yet till next potty. I don't think. Yeah,
I got
Jack Black.
Steve, chicken jockey.
Funny part is that looks nothing like Steve. When you like, someone could just fucking go, Jack Black. Like,
That's me. It's just Jack Black. It's literally just a Jack Black action figure. Like it's built. It's literally built like Jack Black. Everything. It's just Jack Black. Like it's
he is the
crazy.
worst Steve anyone could ever imagine. Like, there are way better picks for Steve.
Like it's just crazy. And then because I was
Someone
just like
said Jason Momoa should be Steve. I'm like, yeah, he should be Steve, but
Jake Sully.
yeah, right.
That was actually not bad for $10.
And no hairs.
$10 hairs. But yeah,
And
but I was
no
like,
hairs.
it's kind of almost accurate sizing.
No, he's way too big for that.
Like
No, that's not accurate sizing. I think they come up to their chest, normal people.
no, they're quite
I think.
small. They a lot of them come up to their waist.
Let me have a look.
Yeah, some of them
No,
come up to
Jake
their
Sully,
waist.
he's not that big either.
No, but I think more of a natural like
Because he is not a natural Navi.
he's a clone, but a lot
Navi,
of them come up to like
actually.
their waist. It's crazy.
Size
It-
comparison, here we go. Oh yeah, you come up to the 9 to 10 feet. Ooh.
yeah, and Jack Black's only like not even 6 foot. I think it was.
Don't know. No, no. I don't know.
Because like the feet, like you look at the feet, and the ratio of the feet seem pretty fair. If I put the feet together, heel to heel, that seems like a decent size difference for someone that's like
Yeah, because what's her name? Zoe Saldana. She comes up to the elbow. Not that one. Why are they scaling?
The scaling's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, because Jake Sully's like a foot or two shorter than a normal one.
Yeah.
He's 8'11". The other one's 9 to 10. He's a foot shorter than the other ones,
Mm,
which makes that sizing even worse because that's maybe Jake Sully.
I know. But then Jake Sully's in the same size as everyone else in the toys.
The only toys I think get sizing are the Transformers.
Transformers.
Because as long as it's in the same line, then they're the right sizes. Like
Yes.
you can't mix and match lines. But
Good.
like after playing War for Cybertron, like those games are fucking fantastic.
That's it.
Like it just sucks they had it online
Yeah.
because like it takes so much out of it because you can't platinum it. You can't get all the achievements. You know, like. But there is a thing that Activision are putting him back out there on storefronts and that eventually.
Well, that's alright then.
Because you can play Fall of Cybertron on the Series X already if you already owned it.
Oh, that's
which
actually really cool.
because it's back compat, but it's not disc back compat. Like you can put a disc and it doesn't play, but that's so weird. Why does he move like that?
Alright, ready? You ready?
Right.
The old Max Payne dive.
Which that's not good to look at, actually.
He's got so much. He's got a lot of movability. Like it's actually really cool. That's crazy. The head doesn't really move too.
That rain is wild out there. Jesus. Hang on, Transformers War for Cybertron Trilogy 2020. What?
When you're doing the slow dive the other way, Jim. Ready? Ready?
Oh, that's a fucking TV show.
Yeah.
The War for Cybertron, like War for Cybertron is the from 2020. It's a TV series from 2020, 2021. Oh, that's that horrible animation one. That's why it didn't last very long.
Yes.
18 episodes that no one fucking. Yeah, I get it.
But yeah, so there's a lot going on. But yeah,
But
so
those voices in that sound so fucking familiar.
yeah, there are a lot of them do voices everywhere.
Troy Baker as Jetfire, like.
Yep.
Nolan North as Brawl, like. I'm like, I recognize half of these voices.
I know that's the thing. They always do. They always do stuff. They stick to one thing. They stick to everything. Like they don't muck around. They're voice actors. They gotta make
Like
their butts.
Starscream sounds like Frieza from Dragon Ball.
Don't even try to like put any other voice on.
No, it's not the Frieza voice actor, but
No,
it sounds like Frieza.
Yeah.
I'm just like, that sounds like Frieza, but why? It's not the not the voice actor.
That's it.
But it's got a Frieza-esque fucking nasally,
Frieza-esque.
high-pitched tone to it.
Yeah, it sounds about for Starscream.
But like Nolan North is fucking Brawl, like, and Jetfire, Troy Baker. Graham McTavish is Thundercracker.
Thundercracker.
Thundercracker. Yeah, he's
Oh, yeah,
one
no, I
of
got so many fucking
Starscream's men.
I got so much
Megatron is
shit.
Fred. Someone. That's Megatron. Someone goes, that's not Megatron.
That's not Megatron. Pika.
That's not Megatron. Like, yeah, because it's not like the fucking movies. Like, them Cybertron games are like proper how they should look.
Yeah, and they're in their own timeline, like storyline. They're in their own like universe.
Yeah, because they got nothing to do with the movies or anything.
No.
They're their own thing. Like, not with the old shows, the new shows, nothing.
It's its own universe. Yeah, exactly. Story arc.
So I don't get why they even compare that. Like,
oh no, there's so much
it's just
independent.
Megatron being
individual stuff.
Megatron. Like,
I know. I guess it's just weird.
but it is cool. Like, I am keen because I'm doing the Decepticon story first because that is literally the first chapter 1 to 6. And then you play as the good guys. Or you can start with the good guys, play then.
Yeah, you get a choice. You can choose which side to start.
But you play as the bad Decepticons as like you're literally fucking up.
I know, it's crazy. I forget about
Autobots.
that because I have played that. And it is interesting to see. You get to see both sides of the story, like what unfolds at different points. Like it's very well done. Like they've done a really good job.
And then the
with
Fall
those
of
games.
Cybertron, that's just the one, isn't it? Like the one
I
campaign.
think so because that's where the story goes. Like it just follows the one.
Yeah, because the Decepticons win obviously because you got Fall of Cybertron.
Yeah. Well, it always is. It's always the Decepticons will win. Like it always happens.
Yeah, because I said it on the thing. It's like when you're playing like as the Decepticons against the Autobots, the Decepticons are just more ruthless. Like
that's why
they literally don't give a shit.
Yeah, because Optimus always wants peace, but Megatron's
you can't
like
have in their race. Like you just can't have peace.
Yeah.
I mean, you can, but not with Megatron around.
And that's why the whole point of like Optimus goes off to try and find the power source to help bring back like the people because the people are falling. Like it's this whole tyranny thing,
right? But no, those games are good. Like I'm keen to finish them. I did have on order the third of the trilogy, Rise of the Dark Spark.
Yeah.
Which is on PS4 on that, which is nice.
Yes. I know, it's one of those.
It's on PS3 as well. But I do want to do the trilogy. And because I have Revenge of the Fallen and Dark of the Moon as well on PS3 to play.
Yeah, the movie ones.
Which they're going to be separate because they have nothing to do with them. But those games are still, like, people think about, like, bad and good movie games. Like, those are pretty good fucking games still.
That's it. Yeah, because Wolf Cybertron.
Because I think I bought Transformers on the 360, like the first game, the first movie Transformers. Because it's only on PS2 and 360. And I think other things, not PS3, which is sad. So good on. And then I found, you know how the prices for the Cybertron games on 360 are like $100 a game?
Yeah.
More. I got both of them for 130.
I saw it
recently. I'm like, because someone's selling them for a 2-pack. So I'm like, oh, fuck it. I'm like, do I spend $300 to get them or just 150? Like, goddamn. So I'll pick them up. They'll be here sometime next week, maybe. Maybe this coming week, maybe the next one. And they're very good condition still. I'm like, because they had pictures for everything. So I'm like, yes. That's why I pulled the trigger. I'm like, I can't afford it right now, but I pulled the trigger. That's a deal of a lifetime right there. Because those games are just so fucking expensive. It would just suck when if Activision brings them back, unless they're remastered or remade, like, that's the only way they can bring them back, really. I reckon a remastered version of them would be fantastic. For, to say, the Series X, PC, and PS5. All they could do. Just put the old ones back on the storefronts on the well, you can't do 360 anymore because it doesn't fucking exist.
I know, it's just a trap.
It's just funny how, like, no one outcried for Microsoft because the PS3 store was going down. Everyone was so against it, and they put it back. Well, they didn't take it down.
Right.
I guess no one lobbied for Microsoft to keep the 360 store up.
I know, it's ridiculous.
Like, come on. Come on.
It's just, yeah. That's the sad part with a lot of that.
That's why I don't buy digital. Fucking licenses do run out.
I mean, it is covered these days that if they do, like, you still gain access. Like, it's a weird thing these days, but they have got protection safety.
As long as you buy it. If you don't, then you're fucked because you can't buy it.
If you got weird licenses that
that's like, right, physical superior because you always find a copy online.
If you have the licenses that are like PS like membership based, like, you know, you get like a license to get a game for free, like free because you have a membership.
Yeah, but you only keep it while you got the.
A lot of those, they're only temporary. Like, you have access, but they're temporary.
Also, the ones you claim you don't own unless you buy them, and they can be taken away because the license ran out.
Yeah, exactly. That's the other difference.
Yep. Still the same boat.
Yeah, so no,
it's always been fucking physical because it's been delisted. You can still buy them from eBay or let's say EB or something like. That's why I hate digital licenses.
Speaking of EB, I was gonna say, have you seen they're taking in retro stuff lately?
I said that last week on here.
Yeah. It's like I don't know. There's just been more advertised.
Just don't sell to them because they give you fuck all for them.
They're gonna actually give you exactly. I was gonna say that's crazy.
And you can't buy from there. Like at the present moment, they're not making any plans you can buy from there yet.
No, I think that's why they're trying to gain in revenue. See who's gonna offer things over, take it in, and then flip it. But it's just crazy. It's just like, what it's gonna be dirty because you know what they're like with pricing. So they're gonna give you most probably fuck all for it. And then flip around and sell it for triple the price. Or triple it. And it's gonna be ridiculous. Like I'm skeptical what they're gonna start offering.
Yeah, because I saw someone they traded stuff in and they got like $17 for a DS game, $11 for a 360 game or something. Like, oh fuck. I don't think they were generic games either. Like they were kind of sought after games too.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, well, I'll just buy from there, but I won't sell there, of course. That's
Because
what I do
but
for
then they'll
EB.
mostly end up selling that game because they know what the value is. They'll be like, oh yeah,
Yeah,
here's $11. Oh, we're gonna sell for 180. Like, where does
I
the
wouldn't say that, but a bit more like 60, 70,
no?
80
But do you know
bucks.
what I mean? Like, where does the margin lie though?
Mm.
That's what I'm saying. Like, where does that margin lie?
Yeah,
Like,
because they'll
it's
give you little, so they can sell it at a bit of a loss still compared to like eBay prices, but still make more fucking money.
that's what I mean. Like, it's crazy.
It's like, bruh. So I said, I will always buy from EB, but I will never sell to them again.
Yeah,
I'll always sell it online or just give it to someone.
it's just
Give
crazy.
it to the op shop. Then someone can op shop and go, oh fuck, I've been looking for this. Like, you never know who wants something.
That's it. Make someone's day. Stuck
Ow.
up a foot. Irritating.
But what was I thinking of? Remember a claim? Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah,
Acclaim.
Acclaimed, yeah.
They're making a comeback.
Yeah, something about that. I heard you say something about it the other day.
Yeah, I was like, ooh. Yeah, I put it on my Blue Sky and I was like, and
Ugh.
Twitter. I think I was like, Acclaim's coming back. But the only problem is they don't know what IPs they have access to.
Ah, okay.
So they got to figure all that out, like what they have access to
That's
bring
interesting.
back, to
Are
revive.
they going to be publishing then?
Yeah, publish
back-
and developing, I think.
Okay.
So
Mm.
Acclaim has been around for fucking ages. So I've just found out and was like, ooh. But they're going to take stock of what they can use, what they can't use, what they have, what they haven't have, they don't have. Like,
Because they would
it's
have
going to take a
sold
little bit of time, but
because they would have sold off a lot of their publishing rights too.
oh yeah. Or they just kept the ones they just had as well. Like, I
Well,
know Mortal Kombat, that was under Acclaim, but now they're under Warner.
they sold it off. So that's what I'm saying. The games that haven't been released by
Mm.
did yeah, you got to check see what they did.
Yeah. Well, they don't know what. They have no idea what the fuck they can use though. Like they have to go through all their stuff, see what they can
Because
access.
that would be understandably why like a lot of games weren't like getting sequels because they weren't being published.
Yep.
Because they were under
Because
Acclaim's...
Acclaim didn't exist,
Yeah.
or it's IPs they didn't sell off. Because it wasn't that they couldn't sell them; it's just no one was interested in certain things. Like Mortal Kombat, that went to was it Warner straight away? No, it wouldn't have been, would it? Hang on, let me have a look. So Mortal
2004 they're up to. Oh,
Kombat.
they've lost that because they helped release Baldur's Gate.
Yeah. Midway Games developing that still. God damn. Oh, Midway's still helping NetherRealm with Mortal Kombat. God damn.
Mm.
Unless they never lost their jobs or anything. NetherRealm Studios. They help publish Mortal Kombat. Like, still. What? Owned by Warner Brothers.
They did Juice. Oh, that was Juice game cancelled.
Yeah, Acclaim were massive back in the day. Acclaim Games. Like, Acclaim Entertainment. It's just nice they're coming back. Like, they went defunct, 2004. Fuck me dead. They didn't last very long, like 87 to 2004.
That's it. Well, now they're back.
Yeah, 2025 revival. Group of executives purchased the Acclaim trademark and would relaunch Acclaim Entertainment as an indie publisher and potentially purchase former Acclaim IP. Also, these are very wealthy individuals. A group of executives purchased the Acclaim trademark, and they're going to go for IPs as well. Russell Binder, Mark Kaplan, and wrestler Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett? Like, what? Jeff Jarrett. Fuck me dead. While Graffiti Game CEO Alex Joseph was appointed as Acclaim's new CEO. Who's Graffiti Games? I don't know who the fuck they. Oh, hang on. Oh, there's the bad sign. I think it's one of those dodgy flip games.
Huh?
Hang on. That Graffiti game sounds familiar.
Which one was it?
Graffiti Games. Jet Set Radio Future. Oh, they did Jet Set Radio. Okay. Hi-Fi. No, that's not it. Why are they there? They've got Hi-Fi Rush next to Jet Set Radio. Graffiti Games. Okay, yeah, I don't know if it's good or bad. Their stuff looks very. Oh no. Yeah. Turnip boy and stuff. Pitch your game. Like, you can pitch a game to them. That's how desperate they are. Like, fuck me dead. Pitch your game so they can take your ideas. Like, I'm not saying they're bad, but
That's somewhere, I guess.
the CEO of Graffiti Games now claims to be CEO. Like, I don't know if that's a good idea.
I mean, it's a start. You got to start somewhere, especially when you've been out of the game for like 21 years.
Yeah, but still, like,
Who knows? You don't know. Like, you don't know what the circumstances are.
yeah, but Graffiti Games,
Yeah, but you got to
games you
start.
never fucking heard of.
Yeah, but that's gonna be like a lot of people. Like, Acclaim's gonna start publishing, and people are gonna be like, "What? Who's Acclaim?" You know what I mean? Like, because they've, people that are
people younger than us, yeah.
like, that's exactly it. But we know that Acclaim's been.
Acclaim had a good run. We don't know if this. Only time will tell.
Was
The
it
fact they have to buy IPs back—that's the hard part.
say Graffiti Games?
Yeah.
Turnip Boy commits tax evasion.
So they sold a lot, like most of their IPs.
That's what I mean. Like, it's gonna be weird.
They have nothing. They have nothing really.
That's what I mean. It's weird that they decided to come back. Like, it's usually when things are
I mean,
dead, they're dead.
it's good for the games because they might be able to get like remastered and stuff, which is nice. What they have access to, but a lot of that is owned by like Take-Two and Warner and stuff. Unless they can get them back, like buy them back.
Okay, here we go. So, Acclaim Entertainment, a prominent 90s game publisher, is returning to the industry, focusing on indie games and revitalizing classic franchises,
Yeah.
with a team of industry veterans leading the revival.
So
So,
time will tell what they're gonna do.
A group of industry veterans has come together to bring back Acclaim as a publisher known for its games on consoles like Sega, Genesis, SNES, and Game Gear. Focuses on indie and classics. Acclaim new phase will focus on supporting new indie games and original IPs with plans to resurrect and revitalize classic franchises. What did it say? Relaunch is supervised by an advisory team that includes, was it Russell Binder, Striker Entertainment, Mark
And Jeff
Kaplan,
Jarrett.
and Jeff Jarrett, Global Force Entertainment.
Why is Jeff Jarrett like? That's just
So,
weird.
That's all there really is, and much else. But that's, I mean, it makes sense what they're trying to do.
It's just some wealthy men trying to get in the games industry. That's what that is.
I mean, a lot of them already were.
They're
Though.
not published, so they're not developing. But I have a feeling that it won't last long. Because they sold off of all their fucking IP.
I know.
They have nothing to. People won't go to them like to publish. At least not anyone known. Like it'll be small indie devs who'll be going to them. Like even if that, because most indie devs so fucking publish now. Like look at Choice of Bob. They left Activision. Now they're self-publishing. Like they're their own thing. They're under no one. Because that's how devs want to be. Unless you like Santa Monica and Insomniac who wanted to be bought. but that was because they're happy with what they're doing. And I still never go over the fact that I will laugh at every time someone says the Activision Blizzard deal. $70 billion for that, when just before that, couple years or so, Insomniac was bought by $200 million. And they still way fucking better.
Idiots. I just hate seeing how dumb the people race are on Facebook. Like we're talking at the start of the episode. Opened up my Facebook, and it's just animals with face filters on them, so they distort their faces.
Yep.
And then it's like disabled animals, and then people are like, oh, my heart, blessings. Oh, poor disabled. I don't see anything wrong. It's like, you don't, because you're a sheep. You're dumb. Like, there is something wrong. It's a filter. That's what's wrong. Like, and then like you can clearly see it's a filter, but people be like, oh my god. It's like, I don't know how these people exist. Like, I don't know how. Like, it's there's so much of it on the internet that people are just so dumb, and I will call it out. Like, people are just so fucking dumb. And it's just, it's my brain. So dumb. I don't know how they manage. These people are allowed to vote. That's the worst part.
Not just that, but they're out in the free world.
People are allowed to reproduce.
Right? Fuck.
People are just dumb. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
They're everywhere.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
The weather's lying. It says it's cloudy, but I can hear rain.
I know. It's like that here sometimes. It's just like, we'll get notifications for our area, but like, oh, the rain should end at this time. I'm like, where? What rain? There's been no rain all day. But
Yeah, this says rain starting in 1.5 hours. It's already here.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's all out of jinx. It's like, you're going to have rain soon. It's like, well, it's already here. Been here for like the last 3 hours. Like, shit's cooked sometimes. Yes. I didn't know what I was
It is
talking.
cooked.
I mean, is there anything else? I don't know. I got much. Not much really happening. Like I said, we've just been playing games. Been a kind of a quiet week. Shit's. So kid's birthday party tomorrow, which has just been hectic. Get everything organised.
Good times.
Oh, it's just trying to accommodate both kids in the one party, just make it easier, and it's just like.
That's what we did.
I mean, it does make it easier because it's better than having two parties when the birthdays are so close together.
Yeah, well, ours were only 1 day apart. Like my brother's, I was 1 day, he was the next, and it's just easier to do it on 1 day. Like, on the fucking weekend, like.
That's it. But
just what you got to do.
I don't know. Is there anything else? I don't really know. I don't really else to talk about. I don't think there's anything I want to.
I think I might need to my book back, get a new book, because I had stuff.
You can't remember it now. You walked into your room and you forgot about it.
I did, yeah. But
yeah, because I don't think there's anything else.
It Takes Two.
Yeah, we'll go play some of that. I mean, there's some things I could talk about, but I don't know if I should do. I think there's some stuff that's don't want to be calling some people out because I don't want to be too harsh, but that's something I can talk about after the podcast. Call them out afterwards in personal. There's a time and a place to call people out in a level degree. So
you gotta do it. You just do it to their face, or whatever you do to them. I don't know.
Whatever you do. I'll tell you after because just like. But no. Anyway, I think we can leave this on a short episode this week. But yeah, expect
not short. It's the average episode, like.
Well, normally now our average to us is like 2 hours something. But that's an hour and a half. I mean, we have that. It
depends on the week.
So I mean, there's not much going on. I haven't got too much. Like,
if I had my book, it'd be a lot longer. But
you'd take notes of things that you've had through the week.
Yeah, well, I just do it on stream now because stream's nearly every fucking day. So I just.
Especially when there's so much going on and it's just a crazy week and you're just like, sometimes you remember something, you forget something. And I've had that where like, right. I had something that I want to talk about for the podcast and I forget about it. I'm like, and then I remember it. I'm like, fuck. But
And that's what Twitter and that's for. Just put down there, just. But before we keep donning the grass,
Hang on, I'll see
thank you, Beardies and Beardettes, for joining us on whatever episode it is. I
11?
my book, so I can't tell you. 11. Fuck.
11
already. Fuck me, dead.
Yep.
Yeah, it's nearly fucking April already. Halfway through March.
That's come and gone so quickly.
But thank you for watching, listening. We appreciate you as always. We have been Dale and Jim, and we'll catch you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.